What in the world, boss? Your boy Big Low Country. I hope that everybody out there's doing good, feeling great on this great Sunday, fun day, W eating game day, boy. For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that love to sit around and talk about sports. Thank y'all so much for coming on to chopping up with us to talk about this dub. You could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us, and we definitely appreciate it. First of all, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. This is your first time. Well, I'm sorry. If you're watching the show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a what in the world bow in the comment. I just want to know where I'm getting love from. Also, make sure that you share this channel with your friends and family. Don't keep a good thing to yourself, and this is your first time watching. Make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss us in the future. So we can sit around and talk about some more of these great Falcons dubs, bro. So let you know, I gotta show love to everybody that's showing love to me. Y'all know how we do this. We done this hundreds of times. Nate Bill, what in the world, bro? I seen the Bills beat the Chiefs. I'm telling you, bro. Oh, Josh Allen, Thundercat a little something different. Traveling Charlie. He says, I knew there was something special about this team this year. Hey, bro, but tell you something. This squad, they different. They build different. They built different, bro. ATL Skate Man says, what in the world? Big Low, Coach Ronnie, Mariota did what Mariota should be doing. Yes, you are completely right, Coach. And we're gonna be chopping it up about that. We're gonna be talking about what the expectations were and what he actually accomplished. And this is a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful thing about coming to the coaches meeting, bro. Because we gonna sit down, break this thing down, be tucking. So what in the world, bro? Yes, great win, great team win. We played all 4 quarters. Yes, we played all 4 quarters. We played $1 worth of a game. 2-15, they said. We're gonna have the first overall pick, they said. Now here we are. What's going on, Coach Edward Jenkins? What in the world, bro? We got that dub that you already know what time it is. Coach Wallace, he hit me up, before the game. He said, hey, Coach, I think we got it today. I much love to Coach Wallace, man. He says, what's good, Coach Big Low and the coaching staff? What a great win today. Raymond Elder's in here. John Brooks is in here. Coach Grandizer, he says, wait a minute. Half and pepper, hot sauce? Is that what that say, Coach Ronnie? Half and pepper. Anyway, Coach Grandizer says, let's go Falcons. Let's get pumped. Rise up. Shouts out to Coach G12, Grandizer 12, man. Much love to you, man. Much love to you. But you already know, man, we definitely got to talk about it. So the Atlanta Falcons came out today, jumped out 14-0. Bam, like the hair was on fire. 14-0. We was in the stadium. We was in the left, right, left. We was in the swag service. I'm on hypnotic, excited, polo on my body. I was like, oh, this getting kind of good up here, bro. Who's in the swag? Next thing you know, they came back 14-14. Well, we started swag serving too early. We're like, go back to shore. Stop surfing. There's a shark in the water. So we tied it up. It was tied up 14-0. Now the thing is that what I'm most impressed about, first of all, got to give the 49ers some credit, because the way that the whole environment, the stadium and everything, the way everything was rocking, I'm going to tell you something. I'm surprised that the 49ers came back in this game the way that they did and tied it up. Right before halftime, going into the half, Jimmy Garoppolo tried to take the shot. Isaiah Oliver with the pick. Beautiful. This defense showed up and showed out today. Then, moving forward, after that second quarter, 49ers didn't score any more points. We locked them down. Bro. We locked them up. Kind of like whenever you take too much Pepto-Bismol. Lock them up. Kind of like when you eat too much bread. Lock them up. Too much cheese. Lock them up. strapped up, locked up. You ain't doing nothing. So not only did we lock them up, we ran the ball effectively. Marcus Mariota threw the ball when he needed to throw the ball. It was just a great overall team win. Great special teams. One of the best plays of the game is whenever we had a coffin corner kick punt, whenever we got the ball down to the 1 yard line. And not only did we get the ball kicked down to the 1 yard line, we stopped them, guys. We stopped them. It was a situation. It wasn't a situation. I was like, okay, so let's keep them from driving 99 yards. We stopped them. So definitely shouts out to this overall team win. Offense, defense, special teams. Everybody showed up, showed out. Definitely, man. Definitely. Definitely. Ray 50 in here. JGP, what's going on, man? Much love to you. I see Coach Dre in here. Dre, he says, man, I died laughing when they showed Tom Brady just chewing out the offensive line. Man, Tom, the Buccaneers, they don't look like number one team. Just being completely honest with you, they ain't looking. They, real recognize real, and they looking kind of unfamiliar right now. So it's one of those situations. Look, y'all make sure that y'all hit that like button. Make sure that you hit that like button. If you're happy that the Atlanta Falcons won and played a full, complete game, you know how you could express that. If you're tired of your wife or your husband or your children or your parents hearing how excited you're about winning this game and you need a way to express it, the best way to express it and get that feeling out is by hitting that like button. I would definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. I see Cliff Jackson in here. Said, what's up, coach? Rise up first in the NFC South. Yes, but we want sole position of it. We don't want to share it with nobody. You know how you used to be with your brother and your sister. We don't want to share your honey bun. You ain't try to share your honey bun with nobody. Like, no, I want my own honey bun. Coach Bridget said, what's up, coach? Said, I was at the game and had some 49ers sitting by me and they was quiet. Hello. Shouts out to Coach Bridget. She's the defensive coordinator. I didn't know Coach Bridget was gonna be at the game. Dang, Coach, if I knew you was gonna be there, I definitely would try to link up with you, Coach. Man, boy. Gary Stafford in here says, what in the world? From Chattanooga, Tennessee. Man, thank y'all. Look, thank y'all volunteers for whooping up on them Alabama Crimson Tide for us. We definitely appreciate that, man. We definitely appreciate that. But yeah, I'm definitely excited. Terror Artist 404 is in here. It's a party now. He says we 3-3 now. Molly Mall says congrats, Falcons family. Good win for y'all. Definitely, man. Definitely. So with that being said, I see everybody's filing in. Coach, let's get it. Jermaine Simmons, Falcons are back in the winning column. Get above 500 next week. That's the goal. That's what we're trying to get to, Bo. That's what we're trying to get to. Mr. CDX for life says, what in the world, Bo? Great team win. It was a great team win. Definitely a great team win. We got our first Superman chat of the night. Willie Dot says, solid win. Team buying in to Coach Arthur Smith. Solid win. Team buying in to Coach Arthur Smith. Well, you know what that is, Bo. That's that dun-da-dun. That's a Superman chat. I appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate that. Definitely. So, let's go ahead. First of all, I want to give my shout outs. It's one of those situations you have the coaches meeting. All the coaches, they sit around and they talk about who jumped off the field. Who jumped off the field. So some people I want to give my shout outs to. Number one, Marcus Mariota. Y'all clap it up for Marcus. Y'all clap it up for Marcus. Guess what? The ball didn't hit the green at all. Oh, yeah. The ball didn't. That's what I'm talking about, Mark. The ball didn't touch the field at all for Marcus. As a matter of fact, Marcus threw the ball 14 times, and he only had one incompletion. He went 13 to 14 today. So shouts out to Marcus. Look, I'm going to tell y'all something. Whenever I talk about the Atlanta Falcons and the Atlanta Falcons offense, I've been saying this. You don't got to, I don't care. Matt Ryan threw for 383 yards today. He threw for 383. You don't got to do that. I don't need that. I just need you to make the throws when they need to be made. And that's what he did. That's what he did. I'm looking at the stat line right now. Marcus Mariota, 13 for 14, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Quarterback rating of 144. Great game, Marcus. Great game. I got to throw it up for you. Great game, Bo. Definitely got to give him credit. Coach Wallace says, and we had another game with no turnovers from Marcus. Exactly. I love it. I love it. What's that? That's Tavius Magic says, my only concern is that if we have a winning season, we won't be able to see if Ritter is that guy. I mean, and look, I completely understand. But the thing is that that's the whole beauty of the offseason. It looks like this team, the front office, they legit did their research, and it was one of those cases where they came in with a plan during this offseason and they're following through with it. So let's say it's one of those cases where, Marcus Mariota continues to play like this and the team continues to play well. Desmond Ritter doesn't see the field. So we got to take the positives out of the situation, right? So basically, it'll be one of those cases where when the offseason comes, this coaching staff, this front office, then they can make their decision on how they're going to approach things next year, right? But in the meantime, if Marcus keeps playing like this, I'm good. In the words of Kanye West and T-Pain, I'm good.
Legit, you think we're going to win games only throwing 14 times? What is that, like 3 times-ish? 3.5 times every quarter?
I mean, yeah. Yeah. But the thing is that you got to play defense. You got to play defense. You got to be able to stop the team that's across from you. And the fact of the matter is that, I mean, think about it like this, Coach Ronan. Not only do you have to play defense, but you also have to make sure that you succeed on third down. Today, the Falcons were 9 of 14 on third down. Yeah. So if it's one of those cases where, you're succeeding and you're staying ahead of the sticks, because the only time we really didn't convert on third down is when we had the penalties. The penalties really set us back. Today we had 5 penalties for 40 yards. I mean, that's not going to work. And the sacks that we did have, we had 2 sacks that we gave up. There were 2 sacks, but they were for a combined 8 yards, which is not bad. If you're going to get sacked as close to the line of scrimmage as you can. But, once again, guys, 168 yards on the ground. So combined, 168 yards on the ground, 128 yards through the air. I mean, you're pretty close to 300 yards. Meanwhile, San Francisco had 296 passing yards. I mean, Brandon Ayuk, he got his man today. He was going on. Tavius, appreciate that, Tavius. It was with the 199. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Definitely appreciate that, fam. Definitely appreciate that. Yeah. So it's one of those cases where, that's how you can win the game, only throwing for 121 yards and still win. Coach, let's get it. Says, look, Coach, I have absolutely nothing to say. We played complimentary football today. These boys have completely bought into Arthur Smith's system. And we also had a Kyle Pitts sighting in the end zone. What in the world? Well, it's kind of like my dad used to say back in the day. I guess monkeys do fall out of trees sometimes. Kyle Pitts caught his first touchdown on U.S. soil. How about that? Tavius says, my only concern that is if we have a winning season, we won't be able to see Desmond. Okay, I think that's the comment that you put up earlier. Yeah, so first of all, Tavius, thank you so much again. Thank you for supporting the channel. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, we don't know what's going to happen. The only thing that we can do is, like I said before the season started, just hold on. We just got to hold on, bro. It's like jumping on the bull. You jump on the bull, you don't know when you're going to get knocked off, but you just want to hold on for as long as you can. Man, you just want to hold on for long as you can. Let's see. I think I seen Coach Bridges. He said something in here. Let's see here if I can find it. I got caught up in the Superman chat. Oh yeah, Coach Bridges says, "Yeah, Coach, I was there. You see how I had my defensive plan." It says they was happy to see me. I was happy to see little baby too. Uh, he had that thing crook. Little baby was sitting there, y'all. So it was like between timeouts, like a TV timeout. I was like, oh, there's little baby. I was standing right there. I was like, oh, there's little baby. He performed, and then he just kept going. I said, oh, we got a free little baby concert. I was like, okay, all right. I was in there jamming. Coach Padre. So what's good, Big Low, and the rest of the coaching staff? Coach, he said, I still can't ride with a quarterback whose arch nemesis is the 2-minute drill. Hey, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I believe Marcus Mariota can run the 2-minute offense. I legit do, especially with his running ability. I believe he can run it. The 2-minute offense that he will run is that if it's not there, just go. Get it and go. get it and go. That's what you need to do. But I tell you one thing, one thing that I do appreciate is not necessarily about Marcus Mariota. It's about that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Thank you, Coach. I definitely appreciate it, man. Coach Wallace, he says, look, unless Marcus Mariota gets injured, or we see a losing streak down the stretch, we're not going to see Ritter. I mean, and look, Arthur Smith, it's one of those situations where he's been pretty adamant about what he plans on doing. And yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and roll with Marcus Mariota, but like I need him to play like he played today. Like I said, once again, you don't got to kill it. You don't got to recreate the quarterback position. Just don't drop the ball.
Tell you a little bit what's going on in the chat.
Oh, okay. Let me know what's going on in the chat, Coach.
JGP said he's sick about our win today.
Why you sick, JGP? What in the world, Jerry? Why you sick, Bo? Don't be like that. Tell us more. Why Jerry sick? For everybody don't know Coach Jerry Porter, Coach JGP, he's a Saints fan. Please proceed, Coach Ronnie.
And we got a guest in here, Chris Hansen, who is a 49ers fan.
Uh-huh.
Earlier that he likes the show.
Thank you, Chris.
49ers fan, but he asked, he's curious how you feel about Kyle Shanahan. And how the Falcons fans overall feel about Kyle Shanahan.
All right, Chris. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you. First of all, my answer isn't going to be popular because most Falcons fans, they really don't care too much about Kyle Shanahan. Me, myself, I think he's the best offensive coordinator that we've ever had. It's actually terrible that he stayed here for the short amount of time that he did. But once again, Chris, one thing that I say is that whenever Kyle Shanahan is calling plays in the fourth quarter, you know what his best move should be? Since he's blown so many leads. Like, hey, coach, let me get your headset. Here. That's what he needs to do. Look, what Kyle Shanahan blow games like a running nose. He'll blow it. But I do feel like he was an integral part of us losing the Super Bowl. I definitely do. JJ the Great with the Superman chat. He says the offense has established themselves as bullies. Yes, bullies. That's what I'm talking about. You move people around, bro. As a unit, we'll move their unit around. And it's one of those situations where, whenever you're a bully, whenever you move people around, you don't got to talk no trash. You don't got to say nothing. Just do it. Go back to the huddle. Drink some beer at the end of the game. You can't beat. I love it. I love it. For everybody who don't know, the Atlanta Falcons offensive line, after the game, they drank some beers. That's what the offensive line
That's the
does.
thumbnail.
That's the thumbnail. We drunk some beers. See, after good day's work, I drank some beers. I don't work on the offensive line though. But anyway, JJ the Great. Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. Definitely appreciate it, my brother. Definitely appreciate it. Man. Now but JGP, keep your head up. That's Saints fans, keep your head up. If there's any Bucks fans in here, we don't care about y'all. If there's any kitty cat fans in here, I mean, hey.
So who's tanking the first round draft for the first pick of the draft?
Who's taking for the first
say
pick of the draft? Next time we do the round table to the Panthers fan, I'll be like, so first question. Are y'all tanking? That's it.
And ask it all seriously.
Oh man. Y'all are crazy, man. Y'all are crazy. Anthony Matthews in here with the Superman chat. He says it's finally pit season. And we finally played all 4 quarters. What in the world, Bo? Yes. I love it.
Well, this was $10.
Oh man, this one's over $10. So I don't know if y'all know this. So basically, the tradition, if anybody who's watching the show, this is your first time watching, I might not know, we do the whole Superman chat thing. But if there's any Superman chat that's over $9.99, it got to be special, right? It got to be special. So it's one of those situations where we got to make it special.
What you gonna do?
Coach, you got to give me that beat. Coach.
No, I don't have to do a beat.
Dance. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a 20. Okay. But I get confused sometimes. I get confused.
Have a beat on that.
Okay. I get confused sometimes. All right. So we finna take this thing back. We finna do something a little bit different here. Y'all might not know about this right here, boy. Y'all don't know about that, boy. Y'all don't know about that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Oh man. Coach Sport 789 says Coach Lowe, the man, the myth, the legend. Man, you shouldn't talk about yourself like that, boy. We know you the man, the myth, the legend. Timmy Allison says the next 7 games we can go 7-2. I'm sorry, 5-2. Weak teams ahead. I'm hoping that you're right, Bo. I'm hoping that you're right. Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat, man. So since Coach Bridges in here and the rest of the defensive coordinators are in here, the question that I want to ask everybody. Do you feel like this defense looked better with Troy Anderson in the game? If you feel like the defense did look better with Troy Anderson, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like, hey, they looked about the same, they would have did the same thing, if number 44 wasn't in the game, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all think. I just want to know what y'all think. And Matthew said, man, you better hit that thing, Bo. I tried, Coach. I tried. Coach Terry Artist said, man, y'all some fools. 90s baby tribute band in here. Look, I just want to let you know, Bo. I still want to let you know I can hit that TLC waterfalls better than you. I know you want me to say it. I ain't finished. Dog. Oh, okay. Iron Mike says, Coach, he said, I've been a hater, but I got to admit, I was watching the game and had to put on that Adina Howard t-shirt and panties. I got nigga from Mario today, boy. T-shirt and my panties on. He was feeling it. He hit it. Oh my God. That's a Superman chat, boy. Y'all are crazy, boy. I can't fool with y'all, boy. Y'all weird, boy. Y'all just go crazy. Y'all just go crazy. Coach Bridges, he said, "Hey, Coach, when you doing your coaching roundtable? I'm gonna try to do it the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna try to do one in the next couple of weeks, and we're gonna see what they're talking about." Definitely, Dex is in here. What's going on, Dex? So let's see what everybody's saying. How everybody feeling about this? About this vote. Do you feel like Troy Anderson and that defense look better with Troy Anderson? If you did put a 1 in the chat, if you feel like they look about the same, put a 2 in the chat. Andy Matthews, Coach Terry Artist 404, Joven, Coach Wallace, Joseph Thornton. I know you got the oil for me, Bo. They all feel like Troy Anderson is the piece.
Pretty unanimous.
Yeah, I see. Ray 50, John Thompson, JJ, Drez, Dex Flash. They all feel like Troy Anderson is that guy, Bo. You know, 90s babies. The digital parent. Y'all make sure y'all welcome digital parent to the stream. D. They all feel like that's the case. Mom's in here hating. Just Big Low. You look like Usher Raymond's cousin. Slushy Raymond. What in the world? Slushy Raymond. Oh man. Wait a minute. Julia Rodriguez with the $20 super bad check. Just said, nah, Coach. Ronnie's finna do a beat for me. Give me that welcome to Atlanta. Oh, you want that welcome to Atlanta, Coach Ronnie? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, you gonna start from the beginning? Okay. Oh, Matlock. That's two totally different things.
Oh my God. Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Yeah. Welcome to the stream. You chilling with Coach Lowe, Coach Ronan, dropping the beat, I suppose. I definitely appreciate y'all coming with shows. Shouts out to Coach Julian. He is the coach. The defense coming in balling, doing the most. Y'all already know it's the boy, Coach Lowe. Flow sick at the dough that you left out. I ain't finna eat that piece. I don't know. Anyway, da-da-da. That's a Superman chat. Man, D. Kobe, Coach Padre, Lee Ross, Slick. Everybody feels like the defense look better with Troy Anderson. And you know what? I completely agree with y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Whenever we took Troy Anderson, Coach Grandizer, he said 3. He says, "I'm sorry, I didn't see the game, Coach." I appreciate the honesty, Coach. And it looks like since everybody voted the same, I'm still gonna highlight your comment because I respect everybody's comment. But look, it's one of those things where whenever we first started and we drafted Troy Anderson, I was like, look, man, the only thing that I'm worried about is whenever he gets to the spot that he's trying to get to, first of all, is he going to get there on time at the right angle, and is he going to finish? Those were the 3 questions that I had. First play of the game, fill the gap perfectly. Form tackle, you know, the actual tackle, you know, he kind of hugged him a little bit. You know, I'm a kind of high cloth and drive your feet guy, but there's like 5 different ways to tackle somebody, right? But he did it the way that he was supposed to do it. Basically, you want to get him down at the end of the day. So I'm definitely appreciating that. And you gotta love it. T-Mac says 1.5. So he did miss a couple of tackles. And I understand that. Oh, Bodie. What's going on, Bodie? Bo? One time for the fan. Much love to you, man. He also he agrees. Feels like Troy Anderson and that defense did a little better. Definitely, man. Coach John Thompson, he came here. He says, "Hey, I'm late, Coach." He said, "Let me pay the fine. Great team win on all faces." Okay. Well, look, y'all know I got to do something special since it's over $9.99. So I'm finna go ahead and tell y'all, you know, I'm finna No, get you at that. Oh, oh. Yeah, I'm gonna roll that thing a little bit. Da, da, da. That's a Superman chat. I gotta go some more dance moves. Appreciate it, coach. But yeah, I definitely feel like that's the case. Now, one thing that I am worried about, A1 all day. Much love to you, Antoine Wartime. One thing that I'm worried about though, guys, is it gonna be one of those cases because we lost a lot of our defensive backs got hurt. So, that's definitely important. And I hope that these guys could come back this week because man, I just got an alert. I burned enough calories from dancing. Okay. I got my steps in, I burned enough calories. I'm sorry. So, but the thing is that um are all our defensive backs going to be healthy for this game next week? Because Jamar Chase just went off today. I knew he was going to go off because he was going back home. He said, "I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home, guys. I'm coming home." But yeah, he went back home to New Orleans, and I knew he was going to show up and show out. And he hadn't been really going off the last couple of weeks before that. So yeah, he went off against New Orleans. All the New Orleans Saints coaches in here could tell you. Jordan Davis says the Dallas Cowboys starting to come back. Man, I ain't even watching that game. I need to. I don't think we got the what you call it out here. Chris Rogers says, I miss Matt Ryan. Not okay. Melvin says he also agrees, thinks that it looks a little bit better with Troy Anderson. Definitely, definitely. But Chris Rogers says, I want to know how serious the injuries are to our DBs though. And I agree with you. I wanted to see what they're looking like as well because you got T. Higgins, you got Tyler Boyd, and you got Jamar Chase, and let's not forget you also got a Hayden Hurst who has found a little bit of revitalization in Cincinnati. But we're going to go into. Coach Ron, looks like everybody liked the bars. They, oh. Oh man. But yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those situations where we need to enjoy. We definitely need to enjoy this win because when's the last time we got a win like this, guys? Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, there you go. Appreciate it, baby. Thank you so much. Man, y'all know what? Shouts out to Coach Rona for everything that she do for the show, man. Coach Rona makes sure the show is legit, on point. I definitely appreciate you, Coach Rona.
And my beats.
And
my fire beats. Go ahead.
And your beats. Ray 50, he said Troy Anderson new nickname is T1000, Terminator T1000. Coach RS44 said, Lord have mercy, Coach Rona got more bars than a candy store. Boy. Oh man. But the thing is, guys, is that one thing that we need to remember is that the same way that they got this win, and it's basically the same, kind of like what Coach Let's Get It GA was saying, based on complementary football, that's the way we need to go moving forward. Now, one thing that we have to acknowledge is that we might not always win the turnover battle. So if it's one of those situations where it's like we lose the turnover battle, because if I'm not mistaken, in that Seattle game, I believe we lost the turnover battle. We still won. And you know what that comes from? That comes from continuously running the ball. So after today's game, I just want to take a look and see where we are in terms of rushing offense. So let's see here. So we're fourth in the league in rushing offense. So 164 yards a game, which is pretty much what we had today. And I feel like that's going to kind of help you continue to be successful, because if you can run the ball and get those first downs, it's gonna make a huge difference. It's gonna make a huge difference. 90s Baby Tribute Band. He said, "Hey, coach, you need to stick to coaching." What? Man, boy, you been hanging around. You been hanging around Molly Mall too much, boy. You. My mom said, "Big Low." He said, "You rap like Young Jeezy uncle, Young Sleazy." What? Now somebody said they heard that Casey Hayward might be gone for the season, but I don't know if that's true. And I hope that's not the case. I hope that's not the case. Um, Coach Wallace says, Coach Low, they might not want to do a roundtable. Their team's doing bad. Hey, you know, I'm sure those brothers still do a roundtable. Yeah, they are good sports. You know, they good sport like the old coach. I came in and did a roundtable, but they just jumped on me, boy. They jumped on me like fleas on a dog. I said, goodness gracious. Oh man. Wait a minute. Sports 789 says, "Hey coach, saying that boys to men, let us know."
Short.
Talking about the short. Let it snow. Say that thing, Lord. Let it snow outside. Said it's cold outside like the fireplace. Hit it low. So baby, let it snow. Let it snow. Yeah, yeah. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Y'all are crazy, man. Y'all are crazy, man. Oh man, wait a minute. So Cheddar came in here. Cheddar says, wait, y'all won? Did those helmets were the reason? He said 49ers were pretty overhyped. My Raiders are at a bye right now, but we face the Texans next week, and we'll help out. And we'll help you out week 8 by beating the gumbo lovers. Well, I'm hoping that you're right, Bo. I'm hoping that you're right. But yeah, we got that dub, man. We got that dub, and we definitely enjoyed it.
Oh, they just scored a touchdown.
Uh-oh. Eagles just scored.
Yeah.
Eagles just scored. Put them down by 26-27. I'm 26-17. And they finna kick extra points. So they're gonna be down by 10. Wait a minute. Coach Project said, Coach Low, run me mine and that bone crusher. We ain't never. What? Okay. See, y'all see my music writing ability. You know, it's okay. So we outside of the bins and you thinking we saw. So Arthur Smith calls into the line and say, run the ball. That when we told them, boys, we ain't never saw. We ain't never saw. We ready, never saw. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Boy, y'all are crazy, boy. Bars. That's how you got to end it. You got bars. Bars. Bottom Mom said, Big Low, you need your rapper starter kit. A pistol and a gold chain. Dun, dun, dun. What in the world? That's a Superman chat. Well, bottom line, you need to keep that hate out your heart, Bo. You need to keep that. You know, baby, he asked me to join Cash Money back in the day. Oh, man. Now, one thing that we do have to acknowledge, how efficient the offense was. Now, isn't it crazy, guys? Oh, they're going for 2. Isn't it crazy that the offense can be efficient after Kyle Pitts just catches 3 passes for 19 yards?
They ain't get it.
They ain't get
it. Not even close.
Man. Isn't it also crazy that this offense is efficient whenever the young man and Drake London catches 3 catches for 40 yards, Olamide Zaccheaus was our leading receiver, 4 catches for 58 yards. I thought Olamide was gone though on that first drive. I ain't gonna lie to you. He caught that thing. I was like, oh, run, oh, Llama Day. Oh man, speaking of that, T Matt says Zaccheaus, he's underrated, man. Guy is consistent. Thought it was Magic City the way the 49ers was dropping. What in the world? Boy, this chat is we got the best chat on YouTube. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. We got the best chat on YouTube. Oh man. But yeah, but isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy that it's one of those cases where we're still as efficient as we are, and Kyle Pitts isn't catching 10 passes for 120 yards. Drake London ain't catching 8 passes for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns. You know, it's just one of those situations. The Jacob Watson says, "Rise up, baby." The Jacob Watson. The D is capitalized. The Jacob Watson. But yeah. Now, Coach, let's get it. He actually mentioned something to me. He said, "Hey, Coach, I want to run this by you." He says, with the way that Tyler Algier and Caleb Huntley are running the ball, let's say Cordero Patterson does come back. Is it going to be one of those cases where he goes back to wide receiver, or he continues to be your primary running back? And I just wanted to ask y'all, what do y'all think about it? So if you feel like Cordero Patterson is going to come back and run the ball the same way he did before, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like they might have to kick him out the wide receiver and let the guys who are running the ball continue to run the ball, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all are thinking. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. They were talking about kicking. Oh yeah, it sure was. Yeah, actually on Smitty Sports Machine. I was on there after the game. As soon as I got home, they were talking about, hey, is Cordero Patterson going to have the same amount of carries as he did before? Yeah, Smitty wanted to kick him out. He said, hey, you know, let the guy who's running, let him keep running. You know, it's working. But see, the thing is one of those cases where it worked with Cordero Patterson, and it's working with these guys as well. So, you know, that's something that we have to consider. Connor B says, I honestly think Marcus has been leading this team in a great way all around. But what are your honest thoughts, predictions on what Ritter will be? Honestly, we won't see Ritter for a while. I think I'm going to tell y'all, this team reminds me of the Kansas City Chiefs. Whenever I say that, whenever Alex Smith was the quarterback, you know, that team, they didn't throw the ball as much. They relied on running the ball with the Jamal Charles. And it was one of those cases where they really relied on their defense, right? But then the whole time they were just getting the team together. They were just trying to get everything straightened out. Then whenever they did add a whole nother element and those pieces with, you know, Patrick Mahomes to put along with a Tyreek Hill and the Travis Kelce, it was like, in the words of Aladdin and Jasmine, it was a whole new world. Don't you dare close your eyes kind of a situation, because the team was put together first, and then we was like, okay, now let's layer that with a whole nother element. And whenever Desmond Ritter does play, I mean, that might be the case, you know, whenever he gets his opportunity. And like I said, they might reevaluate everything during this off season that's coming up. And, you know, Desmond Ritter, he might bring a whole nother element to the passing game. And if he does, that's when you will legit be a top 10 offense in the NFL. Yes, of course you can.
So we got Bridget. She's wondering what caused Drake London to try to fight during the game. She said that she couldn't really see. Somebody said that they called the play dead and he was slammed down. Do you remember seeing that?
I couldn't really tell, but one thing that I do know about Drake is that, you know, he's a like Drake. He's a he's a talker. Like he's gonna go at you. You know, he's gonna be talking a lot of trash to you during the game. And if he did get slammed down, I'm sure Drake probably got up and said something disrespectful or something crazy. Because that's just pick interception.
Oh, the Eagles intercepted it. Oh, dang.
Man. So it's gonna be one of those situations where Drake probably got up and said something crazy, out of line, and here we go.
Mr. TR wanted to let you know he liked your rendition. He thought it was great.
Thank you, Mr. TR. I appreciate it.
Falcon fan said, "Glow, we love you, man. Best channel to watch. Always fun."
I definitely appreciate that, Feisty Falcons fans. Much love to you, brother. Much love to you. Definitely, definitely, man. I appreciate all the love that y'all give me and Coach Ronan. Like I say, Coach Ronan, she do all the work. I just show up and cut up. So, what I say, Coach Ronan? I said one, if
you think he's gonna come, if you think he's not coming back as going back.
Okay, and two, if we're gonna keep everything the way that it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see here. One moment. I'm just pulling everybody votes up. So one, if I said if he's coming back as a running back, right? All right. Lost my place here. All right, here we go. Mr. CDX says good play calls, good blocking. Yes. One thing that everybody got to remember is that it's a combination of it, bro. You can make the best play call in the world and at the perfect time, but if you don't execute, it ain't gonna work. That's the beautiful thing about football. Everything has to come together at the right time to make a beautiful play. And sometimes a beautiful play is a 5-yard run. That's a beautiful play. Renard, Melvin, they said that he's gonna come back as a wide receiver, and they're gonna do a little bit more of a committee. D Coleman says, "Hey man, let's go ahead and run this thing back." With Cordero. Chris Rogers, he said one, no doubt. He ain't even close. Fred Chisel said Drake, he was ready to throw them hands. Remember Dion and Andre Rising scuffle? That's what it was. Oh man, JJ and Kaxi times Kaxi and Ramel Gaming. Okay. They said that he'll come back and he'll move it. Now, coach, let's get it. He says two. He says two. He thinks it's gonna be one of those cases where they'll keep it the same. Milan says there's no need to pass yet. He said they can't stop the run. But the thing is that it's like I say, guys, one of these days someone might actually stop the run, and we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do. Julian says one. He said he got that dog in him. He got that dog in him. DA says Arthur Smith to be creative with CP. 90s Babies tribute band. He says use them like the Niners do Debo Samuel. Okay, and I agree with that. Move them around a little bit. Tabro says two. Cool Bean says one. Chris Rogers says this dude, he hits the hole harder than anyone else in the league. I'm assuming you're talking about Caleb Huntley. I know who you talking about without even saying his name. That boy, hey, I'm gonna tell you something, man. That boy runs violent. That boy runs violent. We was actually in the little atrium, the second half when the game started, and I was just standing around talking to some people. I said, "Hey, man, that boy runs like he been throwing hay bales around all day." They was like, "Well, he's from Atlanta, coach." He can't be. Y'all got hay bales in Atlanta? I said, wait a minute. They be stringing tobacco in Atlanta? Like, what's going on? Brian Peoples is in here. Brian Peoples says, what in the world, beloved? He said this the game ball goes to the whole team for playing 4 quarters. And I love it, Bo. I love it. And like I said, once again, when is the last time we came in and it's kind of like what we were talking about on Smitty's Sports Machine. I make sure y'all check out Smitty's Sports Machine, man. Great content daily. But it's like we were talking about on there. When's the last time we had it where a team actually got guys that were on the practice squad and undrafted free agents that did actually show up and show out in a productive way. I know a lot of people mentioned Paul Warlow. Paul Warlow got a lot of tackles because he didn't have a choice. People were just running into him. I mean, we're actually honest. They're like, hey, coach.
People were running into him.
I mean, he had no choice but to tackle people. The defensive line wasn't stopping him. He didn't have a choice. Wait a minute, y'all. Jerome Boger's in the chat. Boy, you sorry, coach. You sorry, sack of sorry. This you. Whose game did you mess up today, Jerome? Brandon Little says, hey, Big Low, we got that dub. You already know it, man. You already know it. Keith said the Steelers. Keith, thank you so much. Thank you so much, the Steelers Nation, for helping us out, beating them, New Orleans Saints. I checked up on them. Last I heard, Molly Ma was walking naked aimlessly around the bayou, trying to look for a W to eat. Him and Jameis Winston. It was like, hey, Jameis, there's some crab legs over here. It was like, no, I only eat W's now. Like, wait, you finna starve, boy. Oh man. Slick says, Caleb, he looks like a baby Gerald Riggs. Oh my goodness. A baby Gerald Riggs? Really? Whew, man. I definitely agree. Gerald Riggs ran angrily. You know, a lot of people say that, that's why my daddy, he told me growing up. I said, hey, Dad, why did Marvin Gaye's dad shoot him? He was like, and he took the last biscuit off the table. I said, wait, what? He said, yeah. I think he was telling me not to take the last biscuit. But but Caleb Huntley runs like somebody took the last biscuit off the table. Like somebody took the big piece of chicken. Like that's how he runs. My mom says, I'm not walking around the bayou with all my clothes on. Oh man. Now wait a minute. So Coach Grandizer, he made a public service announcement. He says, look, guys, we're 26 likes away from 100. He said, please get the likes past 100. Thank you. Now look, if you need to express how happy you are that the Falcons got this W and you don't know how to do it, you know what? I'll change it. I'll change it because that's what I previously said. If you don't want to go to work or don't want to go to school tomorrow, and you need a way to express it, you know how you can express it? By hitting that like button. I should have 200 likes by the time. I just have 200 likes by the time it's over. Oh, man. See, because the crazy thing is, guys, is that, it's like, man, we got this dub. I got to go to work tomorrow. But it's always better to go to work with the dub opposed to, it being the other way around. It's always better to go to work with the dub opposed to going to work with the same thing that the Saints got today. You heard what I said, Coach Roddy? No. I said it's always better to go to work with a dub opposed to what the Saints got today. That's rough. Hard times. Oh man. To Evolve says one thing for sure, two for certain. Terrifying though, gotta get the nod for bringing in your boy D Alfred, man. Seriously, that move is season altering as of right now. I completely agree with you. Completely agree with you. Connor B says, we got the only W in the division this week. Yeah, we did. We did.
Feels good.
Yeah.
But it feels good.
Raymond Elder. He says, who they? Who they? Wait, what? No, you can't be saying that, Raymond. We playing the boys next week. Man. But yeah, I'm definitely excited. So I put in I don't know who all watched the reaction video live from the bins, but I put it in there. I asked everybody moving forward, do you feel like this team has a chance to make it to the playoffs after starting the season off 3-3? I know that they say, oh, you start the season off 0-2, you only have an 11% chance of making the playoffs. But now we done seen what's happened so far in the season. Do you feel like we have a chance to make the playoffs now after we started off 3-3 and the way that we play? The Atlanta Falcons are the only team in the league that's beating the spread every week. Now, either that's a situation where the Atlanta Falcons are just good, or a lot of people are disrespecting the Atlanta Falcons.
B.
It's B.
So,
It's B.
we supposed to be the worst team with 2 wins.
I know it. I know it.
Everybody's like, we are just trash,
That's
terrible.
what I know it.
They were laughing
Yes.
on the round table. You're like, no, we actually pretty good. Like, quarterback situation is okay. It's really not as bad as you think.
They said, hey, start it off. First question, I want to know. And you answer this as seriously as possible, Coach Lowe. I like, oh man, this is gonna be a good one. It's like, are y'all taking for Bryce Young? I'm like, wait, what? What?
Yeah, that's how everybody in the media has been. Like, we're supposed to be trash. I remember when those rankings came out, we were dead last. I was like, really? We're dead last?
Well, once again, it's like I always go back to it. We're just the unpopular team right now. The Atlanta Falcons. We're not sexy. We're not the Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs, Tampa Bay Bucks. We're not one of those teams. They wanted the Denver Broncos to be one of those teams,
They did.
but
Russell Wilson,
here,
sticking it out.
Broncos Nation, let's lose. I mean, it's just one of those things, man. Real Talk Sports. He says, hey, stop sleeping on us. Rise up, baby. You already know what time it is. Coach Twisted Torch in here said, what's goody, Big Low? He says, we took the pride from them. Man, hey, there was a lot of I seen a lot of 49ers faithful jerseys out there. Yeah, I was like, man, you keep your pride while you walking out of here. And they were talking cash money too, boy, before the game. Oh my goodness. So I put that video up of the walk, that the Falcons fans did before the game. And it's like, they was like, oh man, that was like 5 minutes long. Our walks, you had to sit there for 30, 40 minutes for everybody to walk into the stadium. I was like, okay. I said, but you know what? The walk is gonna be 5 minutes, but this butt whipping is gonna be 60. So do what you want to, Bo. He's like, man, you crazy. He's like, this is just a warm-up game for Kansas City. I said, okay. Okay.
Kansas City just lost. They're gonna be ready for y'all.
They're gonna be ready for y'all. Kansas City.
We ready?
You gonna be limping into a fight. You gonna be limping in there. I don't know how many of y'all watch wrestling, but it's gonna be just like Money in the Bank. You get finished with the fight, you sit there hurting, and then here comes somebody with the Money in the Bank briefcase. They'll whoop up on you again. Molly Mall said, man, Cincy be hating on us. Look, y'all know good and well, what all on LSU boys, y'all know good and well they was finna bring the fight to y'all front door. And it's kind of like what Coach Let's Get It said on the phone today. They brought it to their front door and didn't ring the doorbell. Oh man.
Plus, the Saints stole their chance. So they had a little bit of that energy for them too.
Yeah, this is true. Who they came first before who that. I mean, according to the research that we've done. Didn't you look that up, Coach Ronan? Yeah. According to the research we've done, who they preceded who that. So it's one of those situations. Look like Cooper Rush came back down to earth. Will Osborne says Atlanta Falcons will make the NFC playoffs. Go Falcons. Hey, look, so basically, if you feel like the Falcons will make it to the playoffs, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases they ain't gonna make it, we getting all hyped and chanting we ready for nothing, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know. Coach Dre Coach Dre said, Coach Low, aka Beloved. Yes, sir. I believe we're gonna make the playoffs this year. Beloved. Hello. Oh man. Coach Wallace says, Coach Low, I think we still have a chance to make the playoffs as I predicted before the season started. Okay. Okay. Bubba Gump came in here with the red and black. I appreciate that, Bubba Gump. Molly Mall says, I'm laughing. Man, you shouldn't laugh at your loss, Molly Mall. I know sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying. Susan Torres says, without a thought, we have a chance for the playoffs with how the defense is playing and the run game is going. OMG. The O line is mauling jokers and getting to the second level. Good luck, safeties. Yes. They're bringing it to your front door, safeties. Look, this right here finna fall in your lap. It's finna fall in your lap, Bo. Definitely, man. Definitely. D. Coleman said the Falcons are cashing in. Cashing in and cashing out. Definitely. Let's see here. Man, I'm just taking a look here at all these votes. Connor, Renard, Milan. Um, they all say they think we're gonna make the playoffs. Molly Mall said Big Low, who they did not come first.
Okay.
I don't hey.
That's for them to argue about.
I wasn't there holding the flashlight. You know, I don't know. Drez, Eric Holland, Timothy Allison, they all feel like the Atlanta Falcons can make the playoffs. Take care, man. Coach Keith, Joseph Thornton, Coach G12 feel like the Atlanta Falcons can make the playoffs, guys. Melvin, Coach Dre Murphy. Man, it looks like it's a we all fully agree the same way we fully agreed early in the show. What's up, Jay in the truck? I hope you're keeping that truck clean, Bo. Coach Wallace, Willie Osborne. Looks like we all agree that the Atlanta Falcons can make the playoffs. And you know the beautiful thing about this, guys, like once we sit here and look at it, it's one of those cases where we're not saying that they are going to make the playoffs. What we're saying is that the Atlanta Falcons legitimately have the chance to make the playoffs. Brian Pittman, you ain't missing nothing, Bo. You right on time. Well, you did miss a couple of songs. You did miss. Coach Roney tried to bebop a little bit. Ain't work out too good. We gonna work on that, Coach Roney. Dwight Thomas says, "Hey, Coach Low and Coach Roney says I'm waiting for next week when we beat those extinct animals, aka the Bengals." Hashtag we ready, beloved. Servo 532 says Falcons are good. 49ers didn't know what hit them. Now, you know, and we all do have to acknowledge that it's one of those cases where the we do have to acknowledge that Nick Bosa, he was hurt. And Ward was hurt.
Next man up.
That's how you gotta approach it. It's the next man up situation. The same way Cordero Patterson was hurt. It was the next man up kind of thing. So, you know, that's something that we do have to fully acknowledge.
He was Bridget. No, it was Christy. She asked much earlier how you feel about them bringing up players from the practice squad onto starting and how you feel like they're doing.
I mean, I feel like it reminds me of an MLB farm system. So for all y'all that aren't familiar with the farm system, you know, it's one of those cases, you know, you have single, double, triple A baseball and eventually Major League Baseball. But you develop your players. Yeah. Nah. You develop your players, and it's one of those cases where once you develop them, you get them to the point where you want to get them to, then you put them in on the big show, right? Crazy, and you know, this don't got nothing to do with the game today or football. Did y'all know that once a minor league player gets elevated to the major leagues and he plays one game in the major league, he gets pension for the Major League Baseball for life? That's crazy. But yeah, I'm sorry. I just want to drop that nugget on y'all. But yeah, so I'm Coach Christie. I don't know if you're still in here, but it's one of those cases where I like it, and we're actually expediting the process, and we got these undrafted free agents because it's kind of like Coach Alberto said on Smitty Sports Machine. So when's the last time we had undrafted free agents come in and perform this way? We've had undrafted free agents come in, but it was kind of out of necessity. It wasn't a situation where, hey, this is going to make the team better.
Oh, they fighting. Oh, they fighting. Y'all lost. Don't be trying to fight.
Coach Road talk about the Cowboys and the Eagles are fighting. Yeah, Cowboys, they got to hold this L. Yeah, exactly. They got to hold this L. D. Coleman, he says he thinks we're winning the division. Man, the division. Hey, I would definitely take the division. That would give me a lot of ammo to come to the NFC South roundtable with. If we win the division, man, I'm finna come and be like, hey, look at here. Those Falcons that y'all thought were only going to win 2 games. Some of y'all said we want to tank. We tanked our way straight to first in the division. Connor B says media, they need to stop sleeping on us. We have been in every game. Last week was the first week in years we got positive publicity, all because of Brady being soft. I mean, and that's true. That's true. That's true. Connor B says Archie Smith, he don't get the credit he deserves. Man. Coach Twisted Torch says Debo and the 49ers running game was stalled. No excuses for their offense scoring 14 points. None in the second half. Might I add, with us missing both corners for a period. And that's true. That's true. D. Alford, Darren Hall, all of those guys came in, and I mean they showed up and showed out. Brian Peebles, he says, you play to win the game. Hello. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. But you're right. You definitely play to win the game. You definitely do. Somebody said, Cool Bean said he's at the Cowgirls. Man, Bo. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's one of those situations. I mean, look, that's a rivalry too, guys. That's a rivalry too. I mean, how the Cowboys are in the NFC East, I still don't understand, but that's a rivalry too. They out west. I guess so. Man. Take care, man says any of those injuries from today going to be long term, and that's one thing that we were talking about. We were actually talking about that because somebody said Casey Hayward's injury might be long term. So I'm definitely hoping that that's not the case because if we are going to try to make that playoff run, we definitely going to have to make some moves. Twitter says, "Go on, brush your shoulders off." Falcons players and fans. That's right. If you're feeling like a pimp, go on, brush your shoulders off. Oh man, your homie low in position. Oh man, Edward Mitchell, what in the world, Bo? What's going on? I am a person's in here. He says, "What's good? Nice win today, but we do got an update on Terrell and Hayward. What's that? But do we have an update on Terrell and Hayward? Because those are some big losses. And I'm pretty sure everybody in the coaching staff, they're gonna do what they need to do and make sure that they keep an eye on everything for us and keep us updated whenever we have our midweek coaches meeting because those are very, very important pieces. I mean, ain't it crazy, guys, that as soon as Isaiah Oliver comes back, we lose 2 cornerbacks. Like, what in the world, Bo? Like, come on. Like, we legit need to tighten up. Coach Twisted Torch, he says, how do you feel about trading for Deron Payne from Washington? man, the way I look at it, Coach, I look at it like this right here. I feel like this is the time of year where players are getting traded who are eventually not going to sign with their respective teams. So my thing is, why should I trade and give up that draft capital for him unless it's like a completely and utterly glaring hole? I mean, I feel like Taquan Graham. I feel like he's at the point where we can kind of stick with him, but I can see getting another defensive tackle. Me myself personally, I wouldn't trade for him because if it's one of those cases where we do want him, I feel like we could, number one, we wouldn't have to give up any kind of capital for him, and number two, we might be able to get him cheaper during free agency. And it might be one of those cases where you could, you know, give away a piece of string and two bottle caps for him. I mean, I don't know, but I'm definitely I'm definitely trying to hold on to the resources that I have because I want to be one of those situations where we give up something for the future, for something now that we don't know if it's even going to be here. But one thing that I am looking forward to, Coach Twisted Torch, and I'm being completely honest whenever I say this. I'm being honest whenever I say I'm looking forward to saying dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat.
Okay, I'm seeing reports that they took AJ Terrell out the game and left him out as a safety precaution. So
Okay.
he's ready next week with it was his hamstring.
Oh, it was hamstring.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So they say he said himself to reporters that he's going to be ready to go next week.
Okay, because we don't need him against Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
You heard anything about Casey Hayward?
No.
Oh, okay. Because somebody said they heard it was pretty serious with Casey Hayward. Coach Granddaughter says four more likes before we get to 100. He says, get likes past 100. Thank you so much. I would definitely appreciate it if you just had a chance to come in here and you're happy that the Falcons won, or upset that the Saints lost, or upset that your team won or lost, and you need a way to express it. Don't hit the like button to get me past 100. Hit the like button to express yourself. Express yourself. Dun, dun, dun. I said dun, dun, dun. Where the word? Where did that come from? I'm gonna start saying it in my sleep after a while. Oh, Coach Rhoda. Oh. Dun, dun, dun.
You waking up like
Dun, dun, dun. That's Superman chat. Oh man, Coach Watts says, Coach Lowe, I think Hayward may have torn his labrum and done for the year, and AJ will be back. Man, boy, man, I really like Casey and AJ Terrell together. Man, boy, but yeah, Coach Twisted, yeah, I don't want to give up any assets because I feel like the past regime they were always worried about right now. But I'm really looking forward to the future and try to build for the future. Kind of like the Baltimore Ravens. It's like we'll get what we can get right now, but let's always be planning for the future, right? And because that's important. Coach Wallace, he says, I don't think we need to trade for Payne before the trade deadline. Yeah, I don't think we should trade for him. I think we should kind of stick it out. Molly Mall says, man, I miss Chauncey Gardner Johnson. I'm on the Saints. I told you, Molly Mall. I told you. I said, look, man, Chauncey Gardner Johnson. That's one of those guys that brought the energy for you. He legit brought. He helped with the whole culture of your defense. So that's something that you definitely have to consider. That's something that you definitely have to consider. Let's see here. Connor B says, I believe that we will draft well, so I don't want to give up the picks. Yeah, we look, it's one of those situations where moving forward, you know, we might be able to do something with them picks. Because if you look at did we take Taquan Graham last year? Yeah, we took Taquan Graham last year. Look at the Taquan Graham pick. He's coming through in the clutch. You know, look at the um look at the Troy Anderson pick. You know, he's come today. He showing up look good. So I mean, I'm legit looking at that. Dirty Bird, Dirty Bird 08 says this is the first time in a long time that coaching and personnel work in tandem. And it was great to see. Yes, yes, it was.
Did you know you have 108 likes?
We got 108
You
likes.
have 108 likes.
Oh man, I definitely appreciate that. Man, thank y'all so much for hitting the like. Well, granddaughter says, Big Low Country, 100 likes archive. Drop the boom. Do your dance, Big Low. Do your dance. Do your dance, Big Low. Do your dance. Turn that thing on. Turn that thing on. Hydraulics. What?
You don't remember that?
No.
That's when you really supposed to get into it.
Oh, okay.
You're like,
Oh, okay. That must be an Atlanta thing. Hydraulics. Yeah, does anyone y'all hear about hydraulics? What? ACL Skate Man says, putting in the grind. It's now 109. Like, well, thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much for everybody who hit that like button. I definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. So it said, hey man, it's the helmets, Lo. So I'm watching the game now. It's the helmets, yo. It's the helmets. It's the bodies, yo. It's the bodies.
Extra Lash. Nah, I remember that, Coach Troy. Thank you.
I don't remember the hydraulics. How did I miss the hydraulics? That seems like it was everything. Slick says it's good to be competitive every week. Yes. Yes. T. Dollar makes a good point. He says Jalen Hawkins and Grant are coming into their own as well. I don't know if y'all have noticed this. I was watching on the field, but there were times where I was watching and I was following the play, and Jalen Hawkins comes in like out of nowhere. I'm like, well, dang, how did it look on TV? If he came in like this in person, I mean, I'm just watching, Jeff Wilson's running, he's just running, tiptoeing in my boom. Like, oh my goodness, what in the world? So yeah, Jalen Hawkins, he's flying around the field. Richie Grant's flying around the field. And look, it's one of those situations where you gotta love it. I told y'all before the season started, I said if this is going to be a top 15 defense or higher, the safeties have to come into play. Everybody's talking about the defensive line and the linebackers. I said the safeties are going to be very important in making sure that this defense takes that next step. Coach Twisted said, Coach Ronnie is the best hype woman ever. Yes. Coach Ronnie, she keep me on my toes, boy. She keep me on my toes. Coach Wallace said, no, Coach, so this is Graham's second year along with Ogun Daisy also. Yeah, so we drafted them last year. Yeah, perfect. They said it was in that Uncle Luke song. Enough said.
And I was like 4 when that came out.
You were hydraulic. Okay. Man. Cool Beans, he said, are you a Grady baby coach? Nah, I ain't a Grady
Not
baby
even
coach.
Close.
Yeah.
He's only here because of me. And I had to force him.
She did. She pushed my hand. She's like, well, I'm going to Atlanta.
Like, look, if you like me, you better come to Atlanta with me. Like, here I come, baby.
Like, all right. Let me go talk to Mama Country. Oh, man. Definitely. Bubblegum tiptoeing in my Jordans. Tiptoeing in my Jordans.
Oh my God.
I ordered none of my J's to the game. I don't even have nobody stepping on my feet. Oh man, Dante Much love to you, man. Let's go. Rise up. You already know what time it is, man. You already know what time it is. Turn that thing on. Oh man. Well, look, man. I definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming and chopping it up with us. But look, it's one of those cases where the Atlanta Falcons were 3-3, and I want to ask y'all something before we go. Are you satisfied so far? Like every offseason we come in and we have all types of expectations and things that we're looking forward to, and things that we want to see happen and things that we hope that we see happen. But my question to y'all is, are you satisfied? Like when you watch the Falcons game, are you walking away from it thinking, man, I wasted my time. The Falcons let me down. Are you legit like, you know what? I could work with this. If you're satisfied with what you're watching with this Atlanta Falcons team, put a one in the chat. If it's one of those cases where, you feel like they kind of left you out to dry, put a two in the chat. I just want to know. I just want to know. Because I was, I was riding home today. What's going on, Coach Tyler? Hope you and Christine doing good, Coach. I was riding home today, and I was just sitting there, just you know, I look forward to the games all week, and I was just sitting in the car, and I was like, man, boy, you gotta love football Sundays. I just sitting there, just like nostalgic. I guess I was having like a little bit of a cheesy moment. I was like, man, you gotta love football Sundays. And I was thinking, I was like, man, it's like this season, I legit feel satisfied. Whenever I get up from the table, I'm not gonna be like, oh man, I'm still hungry. No, I don't feel like that. I legit feel satisfied. But let's see here. Let me see how everybody else feeling. D Coleman said, heck nah. He says could be 6-0, should at least be 4-2. I mean, I understand that. There are a couple of games that we missed out on, but you know, that's the ebb and flow of football. Tyler Russell says, I feel like we are improved, but the passing game may need to pick up to play other teams with big offenses. And I completely understand that, Coach. I completely understand that. We definitely have to make sure that we can stay in games. And, the fact that, we're running the ball so effectively, I mean, maybe that passing game can continue to develop while we get into these more important games a little bit later on down in the season. That's definitely important. Josie E says, when do you think Ritter will come in? To be honest with you, Coach, I don't know unless Mariota gets hurt or he's just completely underperforming. I think you're going to roll with Mariota, for the foreseeable future.
How
Uh,
you feel about that?
if he plays like he played today, I'm completely fine
As
with
long
it.
as he holds on to the
As
ball.
long as he holds on to the ball, treat the ball like it's dipped in bacon grease, we good. I am person says 3-3 is pretty good, but we're able to win next week and go above 500. That'll be good since we have a favorable 7-game stretch. Um, After that, with 6 winnable games next week, Cincinnati is huge, and you're completely right, Coach. You're completely right. Dres Latimer, he says one, he feels satisfied. Take care, man, feels satisfied. Bubba Gump says 6-0 against the spread. Only team in the NFL to be 6-0 against the spread. Connor B, DA, they all feel like it's one of those cases where they feel satisfied with the season so far. Dexter, Coach Tyler, Pax Paint, Coach Padre, Thea D. I mean, they feel satisfied. I mean, I go into the Twitter spaces and we talk, and I know there were a lot of fans before the season started. They were saying, "Hey, y'all don't get your hopes up." Meanwhile, I'm sitting here thinking, "Well, look, we're going into the new football season. I'm finna go in here as hopeful as ever. It's a new season, you know. Last season was last season. Coolin E. Roberts, I'm a person. They feel like it's one of those cases. They feel satisfied. Tyler Russell says they won more than I thought preseason. Yeah, Yeah. Warren H. He said he's satisfied as well. Josie E says, to be honest, kind of feel like they could be undefeated. And yeah, they could if the ball bounced a different way, but unfortunately it did. Coach Warren, Willie Osborne, Xavier, Dwight Thomas, they feel like it's one of those cases where know they satisfied. DA said he gonna be in Cincy next week. Okay. Okay. Timothy says, yeah, I'm satisfied because I'm seeing improvement each week. Smokey Sinatra, um, he said he's satisfied. Timothy Allison. Coach Granddaughter says 3. He says, I gotta see more. He says, show me the baby. ATL Skateman says 1. He said, I can see fight in Falcon football. That's right. Dre says, yes, sir. Yes, sir, beloved. I'm definitely satisfied. Hello. Cool Beans says 1. Love the energy of the whole team. There is like a renewed sense of energy, right? I feel like the DJ ATL and Kendall Colbert, they feel like, they're satisfied. I feel like we just relied on Matt Ryan too much. The players on the field, the coaching staff to a certain extent, and the front office. Like they said, well, if this part of the team isn't where it needs to be, we still have Matt Ryan as our quarterback. He can help us win the game. Right. So I mean, I really feel like that's the case. Sports 789 says 1. He says we're going to the NFC Championship. I mean, it can happen. To Evolve says, heck yeah, Bo, we ready. Did you notice the time of possession? We dang near doubled them, Bo. Come on, coaches. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we doubled them in the time of possession, and that's a great observation, Coach. Bubba Gump, they franchise, they all feel like they were satisfied with the way that this team looked.
Yeah, I was feeling good.
Yeah.
How's the energy in the stadium?
Energy in the stadium is renewed. It's like, everybody's coming. They're ready to go. People come early. They're in their seats.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, people are cheering. It's like it's not like it was last year. Last year we came and we watched. You know what I'm saying?
Knowing we probably weren't even gonna see a touchdown.
Exactly. But now it's like, okay, like let's go. We ready to go. What's going to happen? How are we going to fight them this week? It's like we come in, and I hate to use the analogy from the Lions head coach, but it's like we're coming in and it's like, hey, we ain't gonna be the traditional NFL offense in 2022, but we finna come and we finna fight you, and we might poke you in the eye, we might scratch you, we might kick you, but anyway, we're gonna try to fight you one way or the other. We just gonna find a way to get the job done. So it's one of those cases. 90s baby tribute band. He says, 1, because I know the quarterback and the coaches, and I'm supporting you guys 100%. Well, I definitely appreciate that, coach. Definitely appreciate that. Jarvis Williams, he says, what up, Big Low? All I keep hearing is that San Francisco 49ers are injured. That's why the Falcons won. Well, hey.
Then we have some injuries, though?
We everybody is weak.
Weren't several people missing from the second half?
Several people
didn't score nothing?
Several people were missing.
Okay. What?
But the crazy thing is that it's week 6. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's hurt. It's week 6. Captain Omega says 6-0 is unrealistic. I wish we got week 1 and we got robbed last week, but we look pretty good. Definitely. I appreciate you for coming on, Captain Omega. Y'all make sure that y'all welcome Captain Omega to the stream. Coach Smitty. Smitty says, Big Low Kuntry. What up, little bro? What's going on, big bro? Hope that you're doing good, fam. Hope that you're doing good. Definitely. Xavier Lemon says, we got to feed Pitts, but his blocking ability has improved and should be appreciated more. And you're right. Pitts is learning how to be a legit team player. So just imagine you got this unicorn that could run all these routes and do all of these things. But just imagine when it's one of those cases where he could block so you don't know whether he's staying in or going out. That's whenever, that basically that's mastering your craft, and if he can continue to do that, it's gonna be on like Donkey Kong, especially once you get like a more capable passer, right? So it's one of those things. JGP says, "Man, I'm depressed. Bengals beat Falcons next Sunday." No, no, don't be like that.
He's starting to sound real Tremolish. Real Molly.
Like, Bengals, y'all beat the Falcons next Sunday. They just beat you. Man, but yeah. We're definitely trying to get these dubs, man. We tried to see if we could do like Molly Mall and go streaking, but not that kind of streaking. Coach Wilder says, but Coach Lowe, you know that it doesn't go that well in a new head coach their first year with all of the changes that we have to deal with. And but the thing is that sometimes, whenever you get that new head coach, sometimes it's legit. You'll catch them with their pants down to a certain extent. Definitely. Coach Dredd says, Coach Lowe, energy been great, but if we beat Cincy, I feel like it's go ye hard. Oh, yeah, he said I feel like it's going to be hard to hear. Okay, I feel like it's going to be hard to hear versus Carolina. Yeah, it's going. There are rivals. Yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy. Millie Mill says, "Hey, Low, Algier Huntley running, man, boy, they running that thing, boy, they running that thing. Um, definitely, man, definitely." Smitty says Falcons um make go. Falcons may go on a nice run. Oh, they may go. Falcons may go on a nice run after this win. Mariota could turn the corner after this game. I'm hoping that you're right, Smitty. I think that could be the case because the schedule we went through the tough part of the schedule, so we faced the storm. That's hopefully it's gonna be one of those situations. My sunshine has come. And there's no more rain in this cloud. No more rain. Oh man. Look. I definitely appreciate everybody for coming on and chopping it up with us. Thank y'all so much. Once again, coaching staff is on point. Best chat on YouTube. Best chat period in social media. Also, Coach Roney, much love to you for doing what you do. Killing it. Make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. Making sure the coach don't go on with crumbs on his face. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. All the moderators, thank y'all so much for making sure everything is legit in the chat. Y'all do it big. I definitely appreciate y'all. And once again, everybody is involved in making sure that this is a very entertaining and fun and informative environment. And I definitely appreciate it, everybody.
The hating from Jamal and Jerry Port and Rice. I saw that hate in there you had on there, Rice. We appreciate y'all.
But look, man, we're going into the work week. We got Monday tomorrow. So whether you going to work or you going to school, make sure that you make it. Make sure that you get as much work done without doing as much work as you can.
As much done with the least amount of work possible.
Exactly. Y'all stay safe. Please don't do anything that I would do. Y'all take care, man. Y'all already know what time it is. We ready. 3-3. Take it easy.